Welcome back. You tuned into Mid Morning Talk with me, your host Mariam Mia, and my sincere apologies for our technical gremlins in the system. Inshallah, it's all sorted out, and yes, we can continue to empower, educate, and inspire all our listeners. And joining me is an inspirational sister, and that is what she's made it her life's work, mission, and mantra. She, as well as her organization, to empower, inspire, educate, and enlighten, especially marginalized females and children, and that is the advisory chair of the Caring Women's Forum, and that is Sister Zaheerah Bham Ismail. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Zaheerah, and welcome to Mid Morning Talk.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and shukran so much for having me on air.
And I forgot to mention my kidnut sister as well.
I think we go a long way back without the necessary introductions, alhamdulillah.
Sister Zaheerah, so I know that yourself as well as all the sisters in your organization are excited about the launch of a new safe haven for women and the upcoming launch, and this is the Sisters of Light Foundation. So please tell us a little bit more about this initiative as well as the upcoming launch.
So, alhamdulillah, I think, over the past few years of working in this field, I think you know this as well. We've often had many women that are in very abusive or very difficult circumstances that we've needed to move into safe homes or safe havens. And I think, Malima, you'll know very well as well how often we struggle to find them these places that would also maintain them with a certain level of dignity. And this is how the idea of Sisters of Light was born, was that we would be able to provide a safe haven for these women and young children to be able to just get back on their feet again while still having some necessary support around them to be able to reintroduce them back into their environment.
And so, you know what? It's no feat to set up a safe haven like this in terms of costing, in terms of resources, and that. So, just tell us a little about the process of securing funding, getting volunteers to assist in the setup and the home and things like that. Must have taken how long in terms of the duration to actually get something like this that can be for your launch date?
I think, it hasn't been something that has been easy because there's been so much that goes in behind the scenes to make this what we want it to become. Because again, as we always say, it's not something that's needed just currently, it's something that will be a legacy going forward. So whether we actively involved or not, certain procedures and protocols need to be put into place so that whoever takes it forward, inshallah, in the years to come, everything is already set up. I think credit has to be given to BMCO, who partnered with CWF on this. The BMCO team has been beyond remarkable. I think if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have seen the setup go up as fast as it has. And then obviously on the CWF side, we've had ladies with the likes of Ms. Tayyiba, Ibrahim, Sabiha Lahe, who've spearheaded this campaign and have spearheaded it to ensure that all protocols and that have been put in place. This is not simply just opening up a home. There's a lot of due diligence that needs to go into place. There's a lot of working with government to ensure that we are following certain protocols that need to be in place as well. There's security teams that we've got from Houghton, Benoni and Azadville that have also come on board to assist us as well. So this is without doubt not an individual, and it's definitely not just a CWF initiative. This is an individually run initiative that's backed up by support from many various organizations and individuals. We ran a campaign towards the end of last year because, as you know, we can't utilize the car for the initial setup of the setting. So we ran a campaign online where we asked women to donate at least 100 Rand a month. They could either donate it up front or they could donate it through the year. But that way, every woman feels that they've had a part in the setting up of the center that would help many sisters going forward, inshallah. And that went well, but I think we'll be running that campaign going forward more often as we head up to the opening of the center, inshallah.
And Zaheerah, so the safe haven, please explain to us and just enlighten us more in terms of besides just a woman coming there to sort maybe temporary refuge, because they find themselves in difficult circumstances, nowhere to go. What sort of support systems and mechanisms at the Haven will they in place to get women to transition from the difficult current situation to actually become survivors of whatever challenges they are, and empower them so that they can then have uh, a potential, a brighter future filled with potential?
Absolutely. That's a great question. I think we've put a lot of thought into who we've pulled onto board. We've screened all the volunteers very strongly, because this is not just a place where somebody's going to just be able to just come and do nothing or whatever it is. It's a place, exactly as we've mentioned, of great support. So we've got a full legal team on board. We've got medical teams on board. And when required, we've got psychologists, we've got life coaches, we've even got nutritionists on board. And then in terms of the programs itself that we are running at the center, we've got mualimas and others who've come on board to help from an Islamic perspective. We have got therapies. We've got skills development programs. So, for example, if we know that one of the women coming in may just need psychological assistance, that's in place. If there's family support that is needed, that's in place. If the woman has no idea how she's going to start earning money, we've got different skill support programs that are going to be put in place, and we're relying also on a lot of other skills areas that we've previously used as well, where women would end up going for these baking courses, sewing courses, whatever it is, to be able to help them find their feet again. So it's not just a stopover; it's literally also an empowerment center to get them back onto their feet, so that they have a sustainable way of living instead of looking for handouts consistently.
Okay, and is the safe haven solely for women, or if it's a mother who brings along the children, will they be catered for as well for the children as well?
Because of legalities around having children staying in certain homes, we've had to keep it under the age of 6 for a mum who comes in with her children. However, as we've mentioned to many people, every case will be looked at individually and will be dealt with individually. We won't turn anyone away. We will try and help as many people as we can. And if we are unable to help them, we will be able to find a network around us. Or my apologies, we do have a network around us where we would be able to refer them onto. And again, it's not going to be a center that you would just be able to walk into. It's going to largely be on a referral basis via the women's organizations in your area, and the referral will come from them, and then you will be able to have access to the center.
And no doubt all procedures will be in place in terms of confidentiality and respecting the dignity of these our sisters who find themselves in these conditions and have to sort safety at a place like this, at a facility such as this.
Absolutely. And I think that's the biggest thing for me. It's always about giving back with dignity. And especially in a center like this, we have to maintain the dignity and confidentiality of every person coming in, to the point that once the person is at the center, even the referral team will not be getting feedback on the individual staying there, because we will be maintaining their dignity while they are in that environment. And then also, once the individuals are there, this is why we don't allow walk-ins. We don't allow volunteers just coming in and out as they need to. Everything is very structured. There are proper protocols and processes in place. Confidentiality is of the highest importance. So is the safety and the security of the women who are at the center. And above all, it's about giving back with dignity.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, there's a huge concern there. That is why women sought safe havens, is because they feel threatened. They fear they fear for their lives, and hence they seek out a safe haven. So, I mean, the operative word means safe haven. Yeah. So, besides, I mean, importantly, respecting the dignity, keeping it anonymous, you need to provide a place, a physical place of safety where uh, sisters who come there are not anxious, don't feel threatened, don't feel that their life is at risk. So,
Yes.
hence the confidentiality. And yes, I agree with you. No walk-ins in as well. I know overseas they even keep the locations quite secretive in terms of there's actually not good cell phone coverage and things like that. So they can't be traced. I know certain areas are blocked off and signals are jammed. This is all to maintain the safety of those that come to the center.
Absolutely, and this is why we've been so strict on it. I think, especially in terms of the security aspect, as I mentioned, we've got three security teams who are assisting us. We've got the local security teams as well. We've been greatly advised on the security of the home itself, how to put, where to place security guards, extra fencing, things like that. We're also ensuring that, as I mentioned, the referral basis will be by the Women's Forum. So there's only specific Women's Forums, the women's forums that have been invited for the open day, so that they are aware of where they are sending women. They have comfort in knowing that it is a secure environment and it's a safe place. But we're also going to be requesting that absolutely no pictures are posted up onto social media, so that there's absolutely no identification whatsoever of the location. Security is of utmost importance, not just for the ladies that are staying there, but also for the staff members that are on site as well.
Absolutely. And I think we need to frame our thinking and our mindset in terms of what it means to have a safe haven and the responsibility of all those that are connected with it, as well as the volunteers in our organizations, as you say, in terms of no pictures. This needs to be kept under the radar of social media, because for the safety and security, as well as part of the healing process for those sisters that come here to
Absolutely.
heal. Because this is, for me, besides being a place of safety, it's a place of transitioning, because it's a space where you allowed to heal, you being empowered in terms of all the various support and auxiliary services being offered to a person, so that at the end of this, when you reintegrated back into society, so to speak, you come back an informed, educated, empowered, and a stronger individual.
And I think you've hit the nail on the head, Malima. I think it's so imperative that we understand that sisters are coming into this environment to heal. They're not here because they want to be there. They're there because their circumstances have forced them into this situation. And we have no idea when tomorrow that we would be in one of those positions. So we have to treat them with dignity. And if we sisters don't bond together to be able to ensure that even one sister walking out of there has healed, feels that she's loved and feels that she has a sense of belonging, that all is not lost, we've done our job. And I think this is the imperative part of understanding why the level of confidentiality is high, the maintenance of the dignity is so imperative. And I think remarkable for me is it hasn't only been coming from the sisters. I mean, the suggestion of the Instagram making sure that volunteers sign a form stating that they won't be posting any pictures has come from one of our muftis that we have been seeking Sharia counsel from at BMCO. And I think we've had remarkable men in our community who've also seen the need for this and who've supported it 100%. So this is really a community initiative more than anything else. It's not isolating anyone, but it is a space where we're hoping, inshallah, we help to heal the hearts and the souls of those women who have been so broken.
Absolutely. And yes, I also like to give an acknowledgement and shout out to the amazing fathers, brothers, uncles, friends we have in the community who lend their support, their time, their resources, their financial resources as well in backing to such homes. As much as they are male aggressors out there, they are equally, I think, more majority of males that are caring individuals that support
Absolutely.
initiatives. And I, in fact, that's something I'd like to do, is just in the coming year to acknowledge and pay homage to the amazing men in our community that support sisters and understand sometimes the vulnerability and the situations they are in. So I'm pleased that you said this. It's not only Sisters for Sisters, but this is a community initiative.
Mm. And just to feed into that, the security companies, the three that I've mentioned to you, who have offered to assist us and support us, are the ones who are saying to us, look, this sometimes does get volatile. We'll be more than happy to go and help with the pickups. We'll be happy to help with the security. We'll be happy to help no matter what time of the day or night it is that you can call on us. And those are not things that we as a month, we have to also be realistic. We're limited by our time, by our commitments, and at home and that as well. But when we look at this and we're saying that these are men who are stepping forward saying, regardless of the time, regardless of our family commitments and what we have, we will step up to the plate and come and help. So absolutely, there's huge credit needing to be paid to the organizations and to the men who have helped out. Like I mentioned to you, this building would not have come out had it not been for the BNCO team, who has been beyond amazing, who work throughout the week, who are there on weekends as well. So this is really a community initiative, inshallah. And we pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts it from us all.
I mean, Sister Zaheerah, this has been something I have been calling for as well, for a very long time, that
I know.
a safe space, a safe haven. So we make, I thank Allah as well as the Almighty for using all the various role players as a means to letting us see that, to bring us to this day where this has not just been an idea or desire, but it's now paid dividend. It's come to light, come to fruition. We have a physical structure, a plane there. Inshallah, looking forward to attending the launch day as well. And thank you for your time in providing all the listeners with a lot more insight that very soon we will have such a facility up and running where later maybe what we'll do is once you've set up and launch and that, then you can just provide us with contact details if somebody knows of somebody or somebody would like to contact the various persons who needs a place of safety. They know how and the way in terms of contact details and the procedure in terms of
Absolutely.
contact. So what we'll do is let us launch, and then probably I'll have yourself and maybe a few other ladies as well, volunteers, people who provide services here in terms of how do we tap into and what is the procedure in terms of accessing such a space.
Absolutely. We will have all of that available to you. And the easiest way at the moment for any of your listeners is access the various women's forums in your area. They'll all have our details. They'll all know how to get in touch with us. And we will also have those necessary numbers made available to you. And we will also introduce you to the support team, and you will have full access to all of them. And we thank you immensely. Malima, you and Salam Media have always been amazing and always giving us the support that is required to be able to make these programs a success. So Jazakallah khair to all of you.
This is your humanitarian platform, and Sister Zaheerah, feel free anytime you'd like to come on air in terms of provide information. This is your platform, and this is your home, and yourself as well as all organizations, all humanitarian organizations are welcome. This is the platform that we wanted to create, our little but that we do for humanity. It's been an absolute pleasure catching up with you, and inshallah hope to chat to you in the future as well. And my du'as and all the best for the launch and opening.
Shukran, Jazakallah khair, and we look forward to seeing you there. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam. That was Sister Zaheerah Bham, the advisory chair of Caring Women's Forum, Changing the World with Care. We're going to take for a short break, and then we're going to be speaking to Catherine Dowie from the Cloth Nappies Users Association. All this after the break.